Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. My weekly editor, Martin Creamer, joins me today to unpack the latest in the mining industry. Welcome, Martin.
Thanks, Ashni.
Now, while Mineral Resources and Energy Minister Juwi Renewable revealed that exploration funds will be available from July, there are calls for a new mining vision.
Yes, he said 500 million will become available from July. We do need exploration, we want things to go. But I want, when that money is dished out, we need to know who it's given to, exactly what they're going to do with it. He's working with the Industrial Development Corporation, so hopefully there will be full transparency ahead of the cadastre, which is supposed to be fully transparent, and that with the cadastre we'll get more conventional type of approaches to exploration. So we actually need a new plan, but that plan is really following old plans. In other places they've done so well. We've never had a situation where exploration has got big headlines in South Africa. Our mining industry over 100 years was focused on mines. Yeah. Here we've got mines, and you didn't hear much about the exploration because that was controlled by the private sector. Come 1994, it gets controlled by the public sector, following the position in places like Canada and Australia, where it's controlled by the state. Problem is, we haven't then had much exploration since then, because we've followed partly. We've got the state to look after the custodianship of the mineral resources, but then we haven't pursued what the others have done to make sure that the exploration happens and very transparently. And the way to do that is acknowledged that we have to do something, because twice the National Treasury has concurred we have to do something. So they bring in two homegrown approaches which are abject failures. So I think the time has come now to say we've had these abject failures, we can really do a big dent into poverty. If we get this going now, this is very important for the country. Let's just follow proven situations. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. And let's give ourselves a go here in this exploration front. There's pent-up demand. We must allow people to come in and invest. We must also ensure that if we do have incentives here, like the flow-through scheme in Canada, that those companies are listed on the stock exchange. If we don't have this visibility, I don't think it's going to work. Don't try and do something different. And it looks like there may be a different approach again, and we will find that it's not going to be as successful. You go to Canada, you look at those big buildings in Toronto, they've all been built by mining. You get to the airport, there's a taxi driver there, he starts saying, where are you going to? If he hears you from mining, he says, oh no, I'm also invested in the flow-through schemes, I'm in exploration. So it's got a lot of retail investments. It goes down across a broad front. That's what we need to copy.
Now, the platinum deficit is up 77%, close to 1 million ounces. What does this mean for supply?
So this deficit has been building up, and the lack of electricity in South Africa is a factor. But for it to build up to this level, creates a little bit of concern. So, they're saying, well, even if mining takes place at the pace it is, and recycling takes place at the pace it is, it's likely that they won't be able to meet this deficit. So, what do you do then? You've got to start turning, to above ground stocks. So in other words, people who have physical platinum above the ground. But now, at what price will they release that? And that is a bit of a concern, because if they're going to release that at a high price and the price spikes, that is not good for platinum. So it's in a difficult situation here. You like to have a little bit of a deficit because that gets things there, but you don't like it to be excessive. And in this case, it looks like it is excessive, and that's concerning.
Lastly, Martin, tell us about Pan-African Resources agreement with Juwi Renewable Energies for a solar PV plant in Mpumalanga.
Pan-African Resources is a mid-tier mining company, but it's showing the majors up, because this company was not only a pioneer in the first 10 megawatts, but now it's looking to doing much more on the renewables front. And at Fairview, it's going to get another 8 megawatts plus, and that will be on site. But it's also looking off site. So it's doing a deal also off site with, there's 2 different suppliers here, and that will be looking at a 40 megawatt solar plant that can wheel in the energy, not only to one of the mines, but all of the mines. So that's quite an advantage for it at a level of about 40 megawatt, and that could actually go up to 75 megawatt at some stage. And then at Evander, they've got the 10 megawatt going, but they want at least another 12 megawatts. And then at Mpumalanga out on the west here, they are also going to have renewable energy. So I must say, for a mid-tier company, they've acted like a major plus. And so all credit to them.
Thanks for speaking with us, Martin.
It's a great pleasure, Sashni.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the local and global mining industries. To subscribe to Creamer Media's Engineering News and Mining Weekly, please email subscriptions at creamermedia.co.za.